Okay, so real talk. When I first heard about Python, I thought it was going to be super complicated. Like, coding just seemed like this thing only super smart people could do. But honestly, Python completely changed that for me. And today, I want to show you that you can go from knowing absolutely nothing to writing actual Python code in about 10 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. Let's do this. Hey, welcome back. Or if you're new here, hey, we make videos about tech skills that are actually useful. Things like programming, AI, automation, stuff that can seriously level up your career. Today, it's all about Python. And I promise, we're keeping this super beginner friendly. No jargon, no overwhelm. Just the stuff you actually need to get started. So, before we jump in, what actually is Python? It's basically a programming language, but unlike a lot of others, it reads almost like plain English. That's what makes it so great for beginners. And the cool thing is, it's not just a starter language. Google uses it, Netflix uses it, NASA uses it. So you're not learning. All right, let's get the boring but necessary setup out of the way. I promise it takes like 2 minutes. First, just Google python.org or go there directly. You'll see a big download button right on the homepage. Click it, follow the steps, done. Works on Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever you've got. Next, you need somewhere to actually write your code. I'd recommend VS Code. It's free, it's clean, and a ton of developers use it. Once it's installed, just grab the Python extension from the Extensions panel and you're good to go. Okay, this is the fun part. Create a new file in VS Code and save it as hello_world.py. The .py just tells your computer it's a Python file. Now type this one line. That's it. Just one line. Hit run, and look at that. It prints hello world to the screen. I know it seems tiny, but honestly, this is the moment. Every programmer you've ever heard of started right here. Now let's talk about variables. Think of them like little labeled boxes where you store information. So you could say name equals Alice or age equals 25. Python just figures out what kind of data it is. You don't have to tell it. There are a few types you'll see constantly. Text, which we call strings, whole numbers called integers, decimals called floats, true or false values called booleans, and lists which are just collections of things. You don't need to memorize all of this right now. You'll just start recognizing them as you code more. Real quick, operators. These are just symbols that let you do math or compare things. Like if x is 10 and y is 5, you can add them and get 15. Or ask, are these equal? And Python will tell you false because 10 and 5 aren't the same. Super straightforward. Here's where it starts feeling like actual programming. You can make your code make decisions, so if age is 18 or older, print you are an adult. If not, print you are a minor. And honestly, that's basically how it reads, almost like English. That's the Python magic right there. Now, what if you need to do the same thing over and over? That's what loops are for. This for loop just prints numbers 0 through 4. 5 numbers, 1 line of code. You can also use a while loop. That one keeps going as long as a condition is true. So here it counts up until it hits 5, then stops. Once you get loops, a whole world of automation opens up. Imagine renaming hundreds of files, or sending 100 emails, all with just a few lines of code. Before we build something, there's one more concept you need to know. Functions. Think of a function like a recipe. You write it once, and then you can use it as many times as you want without rewriting everything. You define a function using def, give it a name, and tell it what to do. So here we have a function called greet. You pass it a name, and it prints a greeting. Call it with Alice, and it says, hello Alice. Call it with Bob, and it says, hello Bob. Same function, different results. That's the power of reusable code. Okay, let's actually build something with all of this. We're making a simple calculator. Nothing crazy, just adding 2 numbers. First, we write a function called add_numbers. You already know what that means now. Then we ask the user to type in 2 numbers. We pass those into our function and print the result. Go run this yourself. Type in any two numbers and watch it work. That feeling when your own code actually does something, that's what keeps you hooked. Before we finish, let me save you some frustration. These are the 3 mistakes pretty much every beginner makes. First, indentation. Python is really picky about spacing. Don't mix spaces and tabs, just pick one and stick with it. Second, forgetting little things like colons after your if statements or closing your parentheses. It happens to everyone. And third, don't name your variables things like print or for. Here's something that makes Python really special. Libraries. Imagine someone already wrote thousands of lines of code to do complex stuff, and you can just use it in one line. That's what libraries are. Want to work with data? There's pandas. Want to make charts and graphs? Matplotlib. Want to get into AI or machine learning? There's NumPy, TensorFlow, and more. You don't need to know these right now, but just knowing they exist should get you excited about where Python can take you. And that's genuinely it. You went from zero to understanding variables, data types, loops, decision-making, functions. And you built an actual working calculator. That's a real foundation. And now you know Python has entire libraries that can take you into data science, web development, AI, whatever excites you. The honest truth is, the hardest part isn't learning Python, it's just starting. And you already did that today. So keep building stuff, keep breaking things, keep going. You've got this. Happy coding.